I stayed a week or two here with my friend who lived here earlier this year. And it's just a fantastic city here in Budapest. It's one of my favorite cities in the world. I really like it.
We've performed here once before. I think it's back in 2011 or 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, the early European tours that we did. So we've been here once before, and that was a great show. I ripped my pants. Fantastic city.
Yeah, we met each other in music school in Iceland, and we had never heard Arnór sing before. It was we formed like an instrumental joke band, and then we knew about Arnór, but we had never heard him sing. And we just sent him an email, and he came to a practice, and it just clicked.
Magic. Went from a joke to something that we took far more serious, and yeah, here we are.
You don't want to sound cocky and say like you can't describe it, but we haven't really found the exact words. I guess progressive rock, but we really hate the word progressive, so don't like to use it. But it's the best.
It's the best so far. Maybe we are doing something unique, my dear Tode, and you just can't put it into a box. But I don't know. Yeah, progressive something. Yeah, music. What I enjoy the most about us is that we are different kinds of personas, so characters within the band, and that really shines a bright light on how the arrangements are and how Tode writes his, how his compositions are, and how vast the landscape kind of seems like for our sounds. Lyrically, I go very personal into it, but I also like to keep it as poetic as possible. So we're just grabbing all of the things that we've enjoyed and we've found fascinating to ourselves as fans of music and literature, and I hope that we somehow reflect what we find to be beautiful in our own music. So, I mean, there's a ton of stuff. Really, what's your input?
I can't remember the question. Yeah, I guess, like me, as a composer, I'm a guitarist, but I think much more about the rhythm and the drums than guitar playing. So I guess that's my approach to it, at least. And then Arnór does the melodies and lyrics over what I've written, and it just works.
And then we have two guys with us who actually can perform the things that Tode thinks of, and to actually pull off the stuff that he wants to write is not easy. And so I think the live element is also a completely different animal of this band. So you have the recorded and the live version of it. So, and Kele and Vignir, Tode and myself, I hope we do it also. But yeah, we have some fantastic, in my opinion, performance, and we really, it's a lot about the energy and it's a lot about the performance rather to duplicate some perfect recording. It's more about the moment and the connection with the audience and just having a really good time up on stage. So I think that's a really important factor. I think we wouldn't be Age of Fresco without the way we perform. So I think that if you understand the band, you understand us better when you see us live. I was asked this question before, not a couple of days ago, why I'm not writing in Icelandic or Danish, because I'm raised in Denmark. But I mean, I think also the relationship with music and everything really, by moving early on to Denmark and being so young and feeling kind of alienated all of the time. I'm not really Icelandic, I'm not living there, I'm not really Danish, I'm not born in Denmark. So I very much, I sought, I don't know, inspiration and not just entertainment, but more, intimacy from music and literature in English. So my relationship has always been enjoying and listening to English literature and music. So I've always written in English. I've never done it in Icelandic and Danish. Maybe I'll do it sometimes in the future, but it's just, for me, it just seems more natural, and it's what I've been doing since I was 13 years old.
There's a really good music scene in Iceland, and people are really not competing there. You're playing with really different bands. I think genres are not that big in Iceland. There's not like a big rock scene. When we're playing a lot with electronic musicians and rappers, and so it's really diverse who you play with there. And you get a lot of influences from each other.
It's a natural progress of us as musicians and human beings. So for us, for me, it's just very personal. It's just like a timeline of where I was at that moment, what I wanted to captivate of emotions and experiences. I guess totally you as a composer, you kind of maybe see where you're progressing, but
yeah, because we started this band when I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
So I guess we've
57.
matured a lot in the process of being in this band.
I guess we all, when we start a band and you're a singer or a guitarist or drummer, you of course want to try out stuff that you love to begin with. So I've loved, noisecore bands like Minus or Converge. So I had all the Blood Brothers, the screams, but I also enjoyed a lot of pop elements and it's very subtle melodies. So I think I just experimented with everything that I loved to begin with, and then luckily I'm just in a band that can do this without sounding silly, that we do embrace a lot of directions, a lot of emotions, and we can be aggressive, but we can also be very, very intimate and subtle without it sounding like a weird, almost circus-like music. So I don't think I could do what I'm doing if I didn't have the composition from Tóti. You know what I mean? Like I just fit myself into his landscape. So, and luckily there is this balance that we can go in some different directions, explore some extremes just to have fun with it, but still keep that balance. And I think that's the great part of being in this band. You'll hear 4 grown men. No, you'll hear I don't know, a beautiful amount of release. Just us having a good time, hopefully connecting a lot with the people. We're really looking forward to this show. Ticket sales has been good. We love the city. We're on a boat. That's great. Yeah, just a massive amount of dedication and energy on stage, and hopefully a nice connection with all the people. That's what you're gonna hear and experience.